Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, and I'm the guy that helps you take your ideas, turn them into income, and guide you through the tech challenges along the way. If this is your first time joining, please be sure to say hello. If nothing else, you don't have to comment. You don't have to share. I want you to comment. You don't have to share, although it's nice. You don't have to like or love this broadcast, although that's a plus as well. But you do have to comment. At least say hello, even if you're watching the replay. Just like Erica said. Hello, Erica. Welcome. For those who are new around here, let me give you a quick tour/update of what this is all about. Ed Talk TV is a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, the user experience. We go live here on the page Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What? I know, it's crazy. 5 days a week. It's nuts. But we love it, and we love when you guys show up, deliver, and engage. See what I did there? And I posted in the comments the website that you want to start with, which is checkwithed.com. I'll be talking about that and sharing a little update with you guys about that. But basically, there's two things I need you to do after you watch this broadcast. One is I need you to join my email list. If you at all like what I bring to you during this episode or any of my episodes, join the email list. You get one email a week that comes out on Fridays, and that gives you basically a recap of my week, what I've done in my business, tips, tricks, all of that for you that you can apply in your business, as well as a weekly recap of the episodes. So you don't want to miss that. And sometimes I throw in discounts there for services or possibly even at some point in time, the Hey Ed membership. We'll talk about that. So there's that information. And then there is the Hey Ed community, which is what I need you to check out. After you join the newsletter, check out the Hey Ed community. That's for anybody who is running a business or is about to and needs tech support and business support. Like literally, I don't even know, I can't even break down yet just how much value you get from this monthly membership. You have to look at the testimonials. You have to read the things on the page that I have there for you. And those just are bare bones. Like, it's that good, you guys. And if you think that you can't afford it, then I need you to at least review your expenses and see what you can cut out to at least give this a shot for 1 month. At least, because it's something that will help you and be a game changer for you and your business. And I'm gonna be really proud. I am really proud, but I'm gonna say it publicly here that I am super excited to say that in August we will have had the Hey Ed community for 6 months, and I'm not trying to jinx it or anything. But we have not had one member cancel. Come August 1st, 6 months of no one canceling. That's huge. That's huge. So we'll be celebrating that big time officially in August. And here's the thing, you guys. Some of you might be like, well, isn't that kind of a little too soon, Ed, to be saying something like, what if somebody does cancel? Well, if they do, that's fine. But you have to celebrate those wins, those moments, right? And it's important, which is why I wanted to share that with you. Because let's say, heaven forbid, something does happen and somebody does have to cancel for whatever reason. And come August 1st, I can't say no one has ever canceled yet. That's okay, because that's still 5 months solid of no one canceling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take your wins wherever they're at and understand that the work you're doing is paying off and that people are enjoying it. So just be mindful of that with whatever you're putting out in the world, and understand that you have to take those wins and you have to make those dates and milestones, mark them on the calendar and share them with everyone. Hey, Mickey, welcome. Perfect. Erica says, ooh, I just noticed that the new be sure to comment bit on your intro. Nice. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I just want to toss that in there, switch things up. So that's the two things I need you to do over there is join the newsletter and check out the Hey Ed community. You won't be sorry, I promise. So today we're going to talk about business, of course, but more importantly, business stories on Facebook. Meaning, how many of you, even if you're watching the replay, have a business Facebook page? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. And then of those who have a business Facebook page, like the one you're viewing me on right now, most likely, how many of you guys are familiar with stories for your business page? I want to know those things. While you guys do that, I'm going to jump into random news, and we're going to talk about dun 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 dun. How many of you guys remember Blockbuster? Yeah, Blockbuster, which we all thought, at least I did, Blockbuster was gone. Like, I thought it was gone a long, long time ago. But thanks to one of our viewers, Erica, she had found this article and shared it with me inside the Hey Ed community, letting me know that, nope, we are down to 3. Technically today we're down to 1. There was 3, now there's only 1. Blockbuster left. And it's crazy to think that Blockbuster is still around, given Netflix. Hey, Deepo, welcome. Love seeing you here. I'm so glad. You do wonder about those stories, what those stories are. Perfect. We're going to talk about that today. So with Blockbuster, it's very interesting that they're still around, and not in this article, but another one that I was reading. The reason why Alaska had the last 2, basically, Blockbusters was because, can you guys guess? Can you guess why they had the Blockbusters still there? Like, why in Alaska, out of all the places, why in Alaska would they still have a couple Blockbusters, which are now closed, but why do you think that that was around there? Because it's going to be very interesting if anybody can tell. Let me check the comments. And they have no intentions of closing. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, Erica, it's crazy. We're talking about Blockbuster and how they're still open in Bend, Oregon. Like, it's super cool. We'll talk about what I think they can do with that and why I think they can make it better. Because there's still a time and a place for it, I think. So let me just check. Mickey says, Stories for Business page, learned about it in Hey Ed community. Yes, nice, perfect. Yeah, we did have a training around that. So when it comes to Blockbuster, the reason why they were still in Alaska was because of the internet connectivity in the locations that it was. The internet connectivity wasn't the greatest, and it was very expensive. So think about the luxury that we have here, most of us here at home have, where we go through and we just pop on Netflix. We're just streaming it on our devices. We got the unlimited data. We got the high-speed internet, whatever it is. So it's not bad. So why do we need to go to Blockbuster? Well, up there, it wasn't as convenient. So having an actual store to go to for that experience was still a thing, was still available for them. Now it's only down to Oregon. And here's the thing I want to remind you guys. It's all about that experience. And how many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, have walked into a Blockbuster before? Have you ever walked into a Blockbuster in your life? Now, the reason I ask you that is because it's all about the experience. And if you haven't, I'm going to describe it real quickly because it ties into business and it ties into what you need to be doing with your business. Let me just see. Erica says you should show my Goodwill Toys R Us picture from the weekend. Oh, yeah. Erica sent me a Goodwill picture showing that at Goodwill they had the old shopping carts from Toys R Us. So, thankfully, those shopping carts are being reused, which we like. We like repurposing, don't we? Don't we? See how I tied that in? So when it comes to Blockbuster, it's that whole experience that you got when you walked into the store. You go through the little beepers, the little security detection, making sure you're not stealing anything. You walk through that, and then you basically pick a side of the store that you want to start. You either go right, which is probably looking like your left right now, and then you go left. And then you start on the outside walls. So you start browsing, and you go through and you look at all the new releases. Yep. And then if you don't find anything there, then you start working your way into the middle aisles, which is kind of like, all the older stuff that's not 2 weeks old or whatever. So there's a whole experience there, but it's one of those things that you would scope out the walls to see what's new. The box covers, you guys, I don't have a DVD or anything in my room, but we'll pretend like my phone is a box cover. The box covers are what sold you on the rental. If the box covers were good, then you would take the rental. And it didn't matter if the movie was good because you didn't know yet. You just wanted to go off of the face value there, the graphic. So understand that there's a whole experience tied to that. And thankfully, it's still in Bend, Oregon right now. And like I was telling some of you guys, that what I think they should do, which I think would be really cool, is kind of like a tourist attraction. basically turn it into a tourist attraction. It could still be a live Blockbuster, but also make it into an attraction, just like a wax museum, you know? People are excited about Blockbuster, especially those who grew up with it, and those who didn't grow up with it can actually experience that. And how fun would that be to like have certain specials, maybe on a Friday night or a Saturday night? Blockbuster, if you're listening, hello, here's your free advice. You know, like you go through and you create this magical experience that's just that much better than it even used to be. So it's that kind of stuff that you want to think about in your business is what's that experience like for your customers now? How can you make that better? And then, you know, where did businesses start? Where are they ending in terms of other ones in your industry, and kind of being able to see what can you do to make things better. Remember, that's the question I always ask myself, and hopefully you start asking yourself is, how can I make this better? Even if it's not something you need to be working on right now, train yourself to start thinking about that. So, speaking of making things better and changing things up, I'm going to show you that link I told you about, checkwithed.com. As of right now, it is a landing page, believe it or not. And this may change. I still haven't fully decided on this one. But I made it kind of a quick link spot for you. So basically you can go, here's that newsletter I talked about. Here's learning about the Hey Ed community. But I made it super quick because, you know, of things like Instagram profiles, you only get one link in the bio and other things. And I thought that this might work. I'm testing it. We'll see. But what I want to show you is what's new and updated for that user experience on my main website, which is edtroxel.com. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because it was a hot mess before. I'm just going to be open and honest with you guys because I know a lot of you are worried about your websites. You're stressed out. Some of you don't even have your websites up and running because you don't know if it's good enough. You don't think it's fancy enough. You don't XYZ. So I wanted to show this to you so that way you can understand that it's never going to be perfect. It's always a work in progress, and you guys have seen, many of you who have followed me, you have seen my journey over time with my websites, and you have seen the transformations. So this is why I'm showing it to you, because everyone can benefit from it. So you notice that I changed up the main menu up here, really simplified it to the main items there. Then the first call to action is talking about the Hey Ed community, because that's the biggest thing that I know you can that you can gain so much from, and that can help you in your business. So that's the first thing that I have there. Then I bring it into, okay, here's the email opt-in. Super quick and easy for you. I'm just going to show you the home page because this is the one that really brings it home and why it's no longer a hot mess like it used to be. Because I've been able to simplify everything so that it's all on one page there. There's other pages you can click to, but this is just one nice scroll that you can go through. You want to hire me? Boom. There it is. That's going to take you to other options so you can understand why you would hire me and what you might want to hire me for. Shows. I'm promoting right now Ed Talk TV and Ed Talk Radio. Those are my two shows that are active right now. I have a third one, but it was a limited series. But that takes you over there. Simplifying, right? Resources. This is where you go for those tools that I list out on my tools page. That way, if you're like, oh, I wonder what Ed's using for this presentation. I wonder what Ed recommends for this program. That's where you would go, to my tools page there. Then I have popular trainings, which this one is coming soon. You can sign up now to be notified, but that's going to be my signature course, How to Start a Business in 5 Easy Steps. Super excited about that one, putting some finishing touches on that so you can sign up for the email list. Then reviews. People want to see the reviews. They want to write reviews. Boom, right there. Takes you straight to Google so you can see everything there. Then I have, that's not supposed to be there. I don't know what that little line is. I think it's a page error when I loaded it. Then I have shopping. Boom. Latest news are the latest blog posts. You can find me on social. And then, hey, don't forget to sign up for that newsletter. And then there's your other resources in the menu options, I should say, in the footer. That's it. Like that's what I'm talking about. So when you are thinking about your website, understand, number one, you need one. Number two, it just needs the bare basics to get you started. You just have to start. You know, when I redid my logo for Ed Troxel Creative, because that's the technical business name, I changed it to, I have it as Ed Troxel Creative, just start. Because that's really what it is. I'm just telling you, just start. Show up, deliver, and engage, but you have to start. You can't do any of these unless you start. So there's that. Erica says, "Oh, that's what your mystery course was. Love it. Yeah. That's going to be the mystery course right now. Is the 5 easy steps to starting a business. It's really going to be everything broken down for you guys for getting started in your business. And some of you probably are like, well, I already started my business, so maybe that's not for me. Maybe not, though. It's all about building a solid foundation for your business to grow, and it focuses on that beginning work that really most people skip and that go off and just start going from idea to making money right away. And there's a lot of other things that you got to do in between that. So there's that. Now, when it comes to Facebook business page stories, that's a mouthful, right? Business page stories. Let's back up for a second just to do a quick recap of what stories really is. So we started with stories in Instagram. Instagram started with stories. Look at that cheesecake. Well, it's actually like a strawberry waffle or something. Strawberry shortcake. Nice. So stories started with Instagram. Technically, Snapchat. It's the 24-hour thing. But then Instagram took it over. So Instagram has their stories, which last for 24 hours. And it's basically a snapshot of your day. Now, what's cool about stories on Instagram, if you're using it, by the way, if you're on the replay, even if you're on the replay, let me know, do you use Instagram stories as well? Because if you do, you can actually tie in your Instagram stories to your business page on Facebook. Therefore, once you post on Instagram, you can tap the little Facebook icon and it automatically posts that to your Facebook business page. See, we work smarter, not harder. And so once that's posted on your Facebook business page, then it's going to show up. Let me see if I can bring mine up here. Give me just a second to close out these tabs and bring that up. By the way, why this is working on this, or why this is loading, let me just say that if you haven't heard one of the latest episodes from Ed Talk Radio, which is available on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere basically, you need to, because I just dropped an episode, I think it was yesterday or Saturday, about why your website's not getting traffic. You're going to want to listen to it. Trust me. It's like 5 minutes. It's worth it. So let me see where, because I haven't done a story on my page, so I'm just curious if it's going to show up or not. Nope. Okay, so it's not showing up on my page right now because I don't have any current stories. But when you have a story, it will show up on your page. Now here's the thing though. Before last week, pretty much, at least my business page didn't actually show any insights, meaning data, meaning who's looking at it. And so what I'm going to show you today is where you can go and start getting some info. Because if you're on Instagram, Instagram will tell you right away who viewed it and kind of like the stats, the numbers on it. But on Facebook, it's not really there yet. So this is where I wanted to show you how you can do that. Mickey says, yeah, she uses IG stories and auto post a Facebook business page. Perfect. So when you are on your Facebook business page from a computer, this is what you're going to see. You need to go to Insights at the top, and then on the left-hand side, you should see a spot that says Stories. Now this will show you, as it says down here, your stories that are available from the last 14 days. So it shows you your stories here. Notice that I can't click on anything though. So I'm hoping that this will improve over time since I just got this on my profile, but at least it's a start, right? They're just starting. So you can see that the day, the time, the actual story item, of course I can't click on it, but it gives you an actual preview. It says when it ended, and then it tells you how many unique story opens this was. So obviously not a whole lot, 0 to 5, I mean, throughout the stories. So don't Again, we're not worried about those numbers though, especially on Facebook, because Facebook, people are still discovering stories, even for personal stories. I know, stories are everywhere. But Facebook allows you to have it on your personal account and your business account. Most people are still trying to figure out their personal account, let alone the business one. Because a lot of people actually don't even pay attention to their business page. And if they are, they're not paying attention to the stories. Hence why I'm sharing this with you. So at least this can kind of give you an idea of what's going on. See, with Instagram, they show you the numbers like this, and you can actually see who actually looked at it. That doesn't happen yet here on Facebook. So at least it's a start. But this is where you'll go, Insights, Stories, and that's where you can view your latest stories and see how many people have opened it. So that's what you want to start looking at, just to kind of get familiar with it. There's plenty of other things in Insights that you can like play and click on there, but those are that's the main one for this episode at least, to share with that. And it's just good to know these numbers just to see. And the reason why I want you to start trying to do that cross promoting is because it gives your page some activity, some life. So many of you are asking, how do I get more people to my page? How do I get more likes and follows and comments and all of this stuff on my page? Well, you have to start using it. You can't just say, I'm here, and expect everyone to run. Like, it takes a long time to grow your page. Like many of you see here on my page, that when you look at the numbers, they're not like killer in terms of thousands upon thousands of followers and likes, but they're really solid numbers because I have really put in the time and energy to do this all the time, meaning I focus on my page and I share on my page and I engage on my page and I ask you guys to engage, and I don't have any paid ads. That's the other thing. I don't do any paid ads. And so it's a lot more work, but at least I know that the quality is better too. So it's one of those things that you just keep testing and you just keep putting in some effort to it. And over time, you'll see that change happen. And the more active you can be on your page, of course, the better. And by doing stories like this, you're going to be able to get your story up in the newsfeed a little more. Not the normal newsfeed, but the story newsfeed at the top. If you ever log into Facebook, you'll see at the top, if I go to my Facebook right now, you'll see at the top it has the little bubbles, which also appear in Messenger now. So then if you start adding to your business page, boop, you get put up at the top there. More eyeballs can start popping in and seeing that. Therefore, that, let's say that low number of 2, sure, it's only 2 people that saw it, but that could have been 2 people that actually have never seen my page before and now are following the page. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. So when you think about what you're doing and what the numbers are that are coming back, don't get depressed or beat yourself up over low numbers, because you have this thing in your head where you're like, I need 1 million followers, I need 500 people to like this or to share this or whatever. Like, it's great to have those goals, but understand that that doesn't mean anything if you don't have the engagement. And that doesn't mean anything if you don't have that conversation that leads to what you want next, whether it's your email list or a sale or a networking party or whatever it may be. Like, have that in mind and understand that your story may only have gotten 2 views, but those could be 2 views that led them to follow your page, that then lead them to watching your broadcast, that then lead them to signing up for your email opt-in, that then lead them to buying your course and working with you then on one-on-one. Woo! Do you see that? Like, that was a whole trail right there. And it started with that 1 or 2 unique views from our story. So that's what I want you to think about when you're posting on your stories or on your timelines, whatever. Understand that there is a trail, it's like little breadcrumbs, that you're leaving in hopes that someone, the right someone, is going to pick them up and continue to follow you on this journey. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful, and sharing that information kind of gets those ideas sparked and moving. And just really think about that. And if you're having a hard time, this is another quick example. If you're having a hard time finding the time to implement, because that's a huge thing. We can absorb as much as we want, but implementing is huge, and we need to do that. If you're finding it hard to implement things, I need you to block out your time. And what I mean by that is, take this for example. If you're watching me right now, block this time out. Like Mickey and I were talking about this the other day. Like, you know that you're going to want to tune in to this show, and you know that it's Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Block it out in your calendar, put it on repeat, so that you know that every day, Monday through Friday, from 4 to 5 p.m., you are booked. You're booked. However, if the show doesn't happen, or it ends early like today, then you have some time to implement. Because you've already blocked that time out. You've already told yourself, your friends, your family, the universe, hey, I got this time blocked out. This is my ed time. This is the time that I can watch, listen, and execute whatever I need to do. So pick that time, and if you're watching the replay, let's say on a Sunday, block that time out. If you know that typically you watch the replays on a certain day at a certain time, block that out if you can't make the live broadcast. The point is that you're blocking out enough time to watch this episode or a episode, but also to be able to do work when you need it. So let me help you. Let me be your accountability partner and just block out your time. It helps, and it really does. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, morning, wherever you're at. Tomorrow we will have a guest. I'm super excited. If you're in the HeyEd community, or if you get in the HeyEd community tonight, tomorrow we're going to have a guest expert in there as well, and that will be a really fun training that we're going to have on that. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day, so be sure to sharpen your pencils, get those pens, get some binder paper, get those note apps ready, because we're going to be jumping in tomorrow. So have a great night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. What is the HeyEd community? I'll let them tell you.
I'm drawn to this community, Erica, because listen, I'm going to make sure as a business person, I know you are as well, serious business women we're going to make sure that we're getting the content knowledge we need from the HeyEd community. But I also want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my workday. And I know I'll get that balance in the HeyEd community. I know he'll tolerate our tangents.
And I think that's the perfect way to have a really good engaged community. It's a perfect balance of business and fun.